Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm very excited to be moderating this panel today. We've got some very exciting DAOs based in Taiwan here to talk about decentralized autonomous organizations. So first off, could you introduce yourself and and introduce your DAO?
Okay, I go first. Hi, everyone. I'm Frank, and I'm contributor in FabDAO and also in DAO Zero. So FabDAO, and Jimmy and I was also in the FabDAO, but I was like in the second part of FabDAO, which is trying to be a true DAO, and we'll discuss that later. So, and as for DAO Zero, it is truly inspired by a civic tech organization or civic tech multi-center organization in Taiwan called Golf Zero, and we try to use Web3 tool to support or to hypertruck the Golf Zero. So this is the brief introduction of what I'm contributed to, and to Youshen.
Hello everyone, I'm Youshen from ValenDAO. I'm the co-founder and also contributor of ValenDAO. ValenDAO is a generative art collective, and many of us are creators, collectors, and me, performing art critics. I write critiques many years, so let me give you some promotion. We have got 3 exhibitions recently, so don't forget to find me to show the addresses of the exhibition. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Jimmy. I'm from FabDAO. I'm in the more like a centralized part of FabDAO. And we can talk about this later. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we chatted a little bit earlier. We're obviously all contributors to DAOs, and we work very closely with this type of structure. I was curious what it actually means to you and what DAO means.
Okay, I can. So the full name of DAO is Decentralized Autonomous Organization. But as far as I know, because recently I've doing a lot of DAO research, there's no one definition for DAOs. So it may cause a lot of problem, like we cannot communicate between different, because everyone sees DAO as different definitions by themselves. So what's the aspect of decentralization in the organization, and what's the aspect of autonomous in this, like in FabDAO or in ValenDAO, and is this truly an organization? So this is like the 3 axes we can discuss. At least the first 2, the decentralized part and the autonomous part, is truly what confuses people, because it can be as big like a protocol DAOs, like for Uniswap, and as small or as local, and between the different community, which is just like an interest group. So the range of DAO can be really different, and we cannot to talk like DAO is there's no need to vote, because someone talk about the interest group level or interest group part, but they ignore the importance of the on-chain executable code. So I think this is the first questions I can kind of answer a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, I think DAO, it's called Decentralized Autonomous Organization, but I think it's also a connection at first, and especially a loose connection. As for ValenDAO and for me, many of us are just art lovers. And before we are creators, critics, artists, we are art lovers, and we gather in Discord to discuss our works very often. So, so I think it's a kind of, DAO is a kind of connection, yes, also organization, but I think it's just a line, a thread to connect each of us.
So I'll follow up on there's response. The idea of DAO is actually come from Vitalik, it's like Ethereum white paper. he proposed we can run the company on chain. And initially, we have the DO, a decentralized organization, and DAO. But like the DO kind of phasing out. So those three characters are more like three features of an organization. It's like decentralized or not, it's autonomous or not, it's a legal entity or not, and yeah. So from my point of view, majority of the DAO currently are not like fit in the 100% definition of this. It's like spectrum.
Yes, exactly. I was just about to say that. I feel like it gets into a little bit of an existential question, right? What does it really mean to be decentralized? What does it really mean to be autonomous? And it's, like you said, a spectrum, and it's not really black or white. I do have a question to follow up with that, and it's really kind of why DAO, right? So why did you pick a DAO structure to form, to reach your goals as FabDAO?
I have a really quick answer for this. Like, it's actually like when you want to do something, you can go like more centralized, and when you want to avoid the responsibility, and you can say, like we are decentralized. Like I'm not a charger here.
Interesting. What about the other DAO organizers? Have you seen similar reactions within your DAO from your community on kind of taking action? Does being in a DAO help?
I'm from the community level aspect. The spirit of DAO, at least like the bottom-up structure or bottom-up governance, is a lot of people in the community cares about. And although in the organizer view, it's truly that some DAO is just trying to avoid the regulation. That's the only reason they form a DAO. But for me, the DAO structure is really helpful for at least someone who is care about the issue that the core team is also care about, and we can formulate this community really close relationship in a DAO. Like you can engage in a DAO like just by attending weekly online meeting, but you can also participate in a DAO in a really closely to the core team. The contribution category is also like the spectrum, and at least in DAO structure is really welcome, like this kind of different engage or different level of participation, different level of contribution, which some tool is usually good for at least recognizing this this level of different. So at least for me, I really enjoy when I jump in the DAO ecosystem and try to become more actively and become more understand about what DAO is truly about.
As for me and Valendao, in this April, we had an exhibition called Generative Taipei on site. And why we had this exhibition? Because at first, I just tell my friend that we need show our artworks to everyone. And then some people say, oh, I want to show this artist. Another one say, another artist. And different people love different artworks. So we should discuss with each other, and we then make some consensus. So I think when we discuss what artworks we should show everyone, we are in the situation of decentralization, but without technology. But I think it's the most basic thing to form a DAO, and different ideas and the will to discussion is more important. I think it's also the base of the structure of DAO.
To follow up with that, I wanted to dive into your experience as a DAO working with local parties, maybe specifically in Taiwan. Especially for Volume DAO, you work with a lot of local artists, you work with maybe raising funds from local companies or institutions. What has your experience been like? How does Taiwan see DAOs?
Valendao had many artists, they create audiovisual art and new media art in the past. You may know in 2021, and everyone know NFT. And these guys, these artists, discovered that because it is very hard to sell digital art in the past. But if we use NFT, we can sell them quickly. And so my friends, I mean, those digital artists jump into the area of NFT. But we still need some resources, some money to curate, to exhibit our works. So we try our best to get some grant from the traditional foundations. And they are curious about what the NFT is. Is there any cultural element in it? Or is it just a technology thing? So we try our best to explain to them what NFT means, and is there any cultural ideas in it? So try to persuade they that the NFT can be combined with art, and many digital artists can get help through NFT. So since 2021, last year, we got some grant from that foundation and use this to curate many exhibitions. But it's hard to explain fully what the NFT and the technology of blockchain are to them, because they think it's all about technology, it's not art. Yeah, so we're still trying to tell them what the idea of blockchain, of decentralization. Yeah.
I think in the bull market, you don't need to explain that, you know. Like we have NFT crypto, that's your question you do not understand. But during the bear market, if you want to do some fundraising, you do need to have a good story, a good narrative to make the traditional or a normal people to understand what DAO is.
That's really interesting. So I'm curious, if you were a traditional organization and you pitched your idea to raise funds for your artists, would you have received as much kind of questions or pushback about the structure of your organization, or is the project idea kind of enough for these foundations to give out grants and funding? Basically, because we're DAOs, are you seeing more questions, more kind of
I'll say in general, yes, but it is always case by case. If some people are the people I talk to is more novice, more into the new stuff, then I would explain everything. While we have met some people who are really against those new crypto idea, and we will try to hide our structure.
Yeah, but I think that is in FabDAO and Volume DAO, although they are two young DAOs in Taiwan, but actually they have done a lot of great work. So I think it is not, at least for the traditional organization, might be the first time to know what DAO is, because due to both of them. And they have at least exhibitions, curate two great exhibitions, and for FabDAO, we have collaborated with a lot of different local community and local non-profit group to issue their NFT and try to use NFT to fund not only the non-profit organization, but also the artist who helped generated an NFT for them. So this is not the first time, and the truly hardest part is why need to use DAO to build this, and why NFT or why generated art need to use NFT to build their art exhibition or artworks. And at least in Volume DAO, their exhibition has always questions about themselves, is this truly what we want to be curated, or is this truly needed to this way? The reflective of not only in FabDAO but also in Volume DAO, I think it's a really great part, because at least in DAO or the DAO member, we also reflect about ourselves, like, should we call ourselves a DAO or are we truly a DAO? And I think that these kind of discussions is really important.
So we can dive into that. Why did you decide to create a DAO? We can start with Frank.
Oh, okay. I'm not a founder of any DAO, and I think in my perspective, it was truly because the issue or the vision that is in FabDAO, Volume DAO, and DAO Zero, which inspired me or led me want to join them and try to build something with them. So the button up or welcome the newcomer to join the project's core team is I think the difficulty is smaller than the traditional organization or in the traditional like non-profit community. And so this is my part.
Oh, well, we don't form a DAO. We tell the foundations that we want to create creative artworks. It's called DAO. So it's not an organization or a firm or something the traditional world can understand. So they know what artwork is. And they also know there are many kind of artworks. So if I tell them that DAO, Decentralized Autonomous Organization, is a kind of artworks, is a kind of project, oh, they can understand. So we use their money to form a DAO. So yeah, it's my experience. Yeah.
I think FabDAO founded 1.5 years ago, while DAO is still a thing, and it's a buzzword. So everything like look sexier, cooler. Like if we added the DAO behind, like Taiwan DAO, like is much cooler than Taiwan, like kind of thing. So that's one reason. And I think the second reason is all the founding team there have the like ideology want to pursue kind of decentralized, even though we do not know like what is decentralized even mean, but we do know like a centralized company sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, right? And I think the next question that I want to take is, especially for people in the audience that are working or contributing in DAOs currently or want to start one, what are some of the biggest issues that you're seeing now running a DAO? And like you said, I mean, there's lots of benefits. It's better than maybe centralized companies, but you also see a lot of pushbacks.
Efficiency, like to form a consensus in a decentralized like organization take time, and when like and it's hard to scale.
I think the inefficiency is maybe root because people in different consider different aspects of decentralization or autonomous. Some people want the decentralized part, especially in the finance. They want to be part of, at least in the multi-sig, like the signer. But maybe someone would just want to, I can join the discussion. Is okay for me. At least it's okay for me to be to recognize this is decentralized. So I just bumped into one thing I want to mention. I really like one sentence to really try to elaborate what DAO is in a fun way. It's just like a group chat with a share account. So these two things, you don't have to be a DAO to have these two things. You can be a corporate. You can be even an organization. And you don't have to use on-chain tool to establish these two things. But with Web3, with blockchain, there's a lot of at least new mechanism or new potential to achieve something like the old traditional or old banking or old finance account, which cannot be used to. So in the experiment part or in the buzzword part, I think DAO is still have their reason to at least to striving in 2023. Yeah, but still, there's a lot of struggle in DAOs, and it's hard for a contributor to be sustainable. For example, if the money or if the funding is not stable, it cannot to support the contribution. If the money, while given to the contributor, take too much time, then the contributor will not give he or her fully time to support the project. So there's a lot of different small details which might struggle the contributor to contribution more because it's not sustainable, at least for me, while contributing in both the two DAOs. But I hope it will be fixes or getting better in the next year or in the next 3 years.
I want to echo, I want to echo to the first part of Frank's statement. I think it's all about trust and have the consensus and make decision in the end. So it's not really matter about the form, like it's LLC, it's NGO or it's DAO, but that's only in the really small scale. And I think what DAO want to experience, can human being cooperate beyond the Dunbar number? And I do not have the answer, but I think that's what the whole DAO experiment want to find out.
Yeah, totally. Yes, I think DAO is an experiment, and even I just say DAO is an artwork, because in art you can do many experiments, and I think DAO is the very ancient sandbox. You can put your many ideas into art, and artworks include organization, include human being organization. So yeah, when we create artworks, we will have many failure and also in experiments. So if you want to do things very efficiently, you can do it alone. Yeah, but if you want to collaborate, you can try to join or form a DAO.
Yeah. So to echo about Yao Shen, I think DAO is not anti-organization or anti-structure. I think they are anti the default status. If you were in a DAO, you might, if you have the ability to form, you invite a lot of people to join you, and you might form enough voting power to change the governance structure or the organization structure. Because as DAO to become more bigger or become more complex, you definitely will have some structure, like the working group, only a small team who have have more voting way compared to the really light contributor. So I think the feedback loop in DAO is much closely and much community-based compared to traditional organization. But still, there's a lot of things when the DAO become much complex, we can learn a lot from the traditional organization due to you still want some efficiency, you still want to build some complex things. If we reject the structure, we might always stranded in the inefficiency status.
That's why FapeDAO have two parts, a more centralized one and more decentralized one. So more decentralized one is about experience, and more centralized part is about to get the stuff done.
Okay.
Yeah, we can tell a little bit more. FapeDAO, the core team and the DAO part, they have done a little bit something that's really similar. We try to build a small funded to support our DAOs or DAOs related community, and for the DAO part, to have the discussion, we talk about 2 months or maybe more, and the funding part have not been initiated. But for the core team, they just built it in about 2 weeks, and the structure or the funding was kind of like a success. Although it's, in the end, it's still collaborate between the core team and the DAO team, but as far as I can tell, it's the main momentum to initiate first is by the core team because their efficiency or because they didn't have to get a lot of detailed consensus.
Yeah, and I think that totally ties to what you're talking about, how DAOs are kind of like a social experiment and we're all learning from it. I really like that insight of this, I guess, the separation of the D from the rest of the DAO. I feel like DAO has run into similar, I guess, issues and ways of reacting to those and how to move forward and actually do stuff. If we had, if we've solved all of those issues today, I'm really curious your thoughts as researchers, as contributors to DAOs, what the future DAOs will see as problems, right? If we didn't have voter apathy, if we were able to work within the spectrum of centralized to decentralized, regulation was friendlier, what do you think future DAOs will face as problems?
Like, I think we already have too much problem for us to solve.
The same as now.
And we don't need to think about like what kind of like future like end game of DAO should be.
I think I agree with Jimmy because different DAO have different vision or different goals. The difficulty happening right now, sometimes it didn't relevant to the vision. Like it's about like the trust, or it's about like how do we build stuff together? How do we use tools to build stuff together? But does it truly echo with the vision you want to build? I think it's still like a debatable, or you have to have some evaluation by yourself. And I think the struggles, if we try to solve all problems right now, you cannot solve this problem because it's a acting. You have to be active, participate. You have to build stuff. You have to make some wrong experiment, and you have to edit yourself. You have to realign with your vision. So this is what I think DAO is cool about.
Well, I think we will still face the problem, the debate of centralization and decentralization and technology and trust. I think it's a perpetual problem.
Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I do have like one final question, and I think all of you, everyone here on the DAO, within your DAOs, are building such incredible stuff that's changing Taiwan's ecosystem. But because we have maybe 1 minute, can we talk about the mice hats?
How can we get this?
Yeah. How do I get one?
So go to like mystopia.xyz, and so this game is inspired by another game called Fractal Crypto. So originally, like they do have invent identity system in Zuzalu, Papa City earlier this year, and they embed like Frac Crypto there. It's a really stupid game. You can like went there and collect catch a frog like every 15 minutes. Everyone thinks it's useless, but in the DevCon earlier, like in East Temple, you can redeem the green hat here. Like if you over the score like 50, so we kind of like mimic this whole idea here for the Taipei Blockchain Week. Yeah.
I love it. So if people play the game and win, they find you for these, or?
Yeah, like we put a calendar, and there's a mark, like a pin yellow market, and you can find us there.
Thank you very much. And just as a final statement, I know y'all are organizing DAO Taipei. Maybe we can do a quick intro about it, and then we'll move on. Yeah, go.
DAO Taipei, will happen on Sunday, right? And there will be many DAOs from China, from Japan, from where?
From Thailand, from Korea, everywhere.
And from Taiwan.
Of course.
Yeah, so please join on Sunday. It's really fun, and we have a lot of discussion about DAOs. And so if you're interested or curious about what DAO truly is, you might come join us on Sunday because most of the attendee might be the contribution of at least one DAO. Yeah.
And it's
Yes.
free. Yeah.
Ooh, nice. All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.